The table was too small for the number of opinions sitting around it. Her parents' house smelled like roasted chicken and old memories. Plates clinked. Someone laughed too loudly. Her mother kept asking if we wanted more salad, like food could smooth over everything else. I sat at the end of the table, napkin folded neatly on my lap, listening more than I spoke. She sat beside me, Emily, my wife of 3 years. Calm. Polished. Perfect, the way she always was around family. Her father raised his glass. To family, he said. And to honesty. Everyone echoed it. Honesty. Emily smiled. That should have been my first warning. Conversation drifted, work, weather, gossip about cousins who weren't there. I nodded when expected, laughed when appropriate. I'd learned how to be agreeable in rooms like this. Then her sister asked it. So, have you heard from Daniel lately? The name hit the table like dropped silverware. Emily didn't miss a beat. Actually, she said, yes. My hand stilled around my fork. Her mother leaned forward, interested. Oh? How is he? Emily shrugged casually. Still Daniel. Still complicated. A few chuckles. I looked down at my plate. She took a sip of wine, then said it, lightly, like it was a harmless truth. My ex will always be part of my life. The room went quiet. Every face turned toward me. I didn't react. No raised eyebrow. No question. No forced smile. I just kept chewing. Emily glanced at me, a flicker of surprise crossing her face. She'd expected something, confusion, jealousy, maybe even anger. Instead, I stayed still. Her father cleared his throat. Well, he said, trying to rescue the moment, as long as boundaries. There are, Emily said quickly. Of course there are. She reached for my hand. I didn't pull away. I just didn't hold back either. The conversation limped forward, but something had shifted. I could feel it in the way Emily kept glancing at me, in the way her mother avoided my eyes. Dessert came out. Coffee was poured. Still, I said nothing. On the drive home, the silence was heavy but controlled. You're quiet, Emily said finally. I'm listening, I replied. She frowned. To what? To what you didn't explain. She sighed. You're overthinking this. I looked out the window at the passing streetlights. Am I? She hesitated. That was all the answer I needed. At home, she set her purse down carefully, like the night needed order. Daniel and I share history, she said. He helped me through a dark time. That doesn't just disappear. I nodded. Is that why you still text him? Her head snapped up. You went through my phone? No, I said calmly. You left it on the counter. His name popped up. Often. Silence. He understands me, she said softly. In ways you don't. That one landed. I took off my jacket and placed it over a chair. So when you said he'd always be part of your life, I asked, you meant emotionally. Not just historically. She didn't deny it. You didn't even react, she said, almost accusingly. Most men would have lost it. I met her eyes. I didn't react because I already knew. That stopped her. I felt him in our marriage for months, I continued. In the pauses. In the late-night smiles at your phone. In the way you pull away when I ask certain questions. Her voice shook. I never cheated. I didn't say you did, I replied. But you left the door open. And you invited him to stay. Tears welled in her eyes. I don't want to lose you. I believed that too. But wanting isn't choosing. I'm not asking you to erase your past, I said. I'm asking you to decide where your future lies. She looked down. That was her answer. That night, we slept on opposite sides of the bed, an invisible line between us. In the morning, I packed a bag. She stood in the doorway, silent. I didn't react at dinner, I said gently, because I didn't want to embarrass you. She whispered my name. I reacted by understanding something, I continued. I'm married to someone who's still holding another man's hand, just not in public. I left before she could respond. Sometimes the loudest reactions aren't shouted. They're chosen.